States, California, weighing in at 221 pounds, the one-man militia, Matthew Justice.
You are looking at the one-man militia, Matthew Justice, another man who can trace his roots back to Turner's Hall, trained here back in 2006, and has been all over the country to WWE Developmental and back. Since then, he's had a storied career, returning home for an action-packed triple threat.
Introducing next, wrestling out of the East St. Sergio, weighing in at 175 pounds,
Lewis Linden from the East Lansing Dojo, master of capoeira, a Brazilian fighting style. Lewis, for my money, the most underrated talent out of anybody in professional wrestling here in the United States. Has been battled a couple nagging injuries the past couple months. We'll see if he's 100% to go here tonight in a one-fall, three-way bout. Three men very synonymous with Prime Wrestling and the television championship during our final year of operation. Only fitting we bring them back together for a gut check of who's the man here in 2016.
And finally, coming to the ring by Danny, weighing in at 195 pounds, he's roaming the streets, creeping while you are sleeping, the Neon Ninja, the Aerosol Assassin, this is
Well, the Neon Ninja, the Aerosol Assassin, the Aerial Arsonist. There's so many descriptors for Facade that fit because this guy's almost enigmatic. He's an anomaly. And with his second by his side, Danny Moe of Team Neon Blondes, Facade has been all over the country in his own right, into several foreign countries, including Russia, Singapore. I mean, Facade has been in some, not just the typical countries you'd find a lot of wrestlers travel to, like Mexico and Canada, but he's been all over the place and very impressive everywhere he's gone.
He's probably got a criminal record in every place he's gone to if he's spray painting and gallivanting.
Oh, not gallivant.
Yeah, gallivanting. I'm bringing that word back.
Next thing he'll tell me he's a racketeer.
And a moonshiner.
Well, we'll see who will shine brightest in this contest. Facade and Linden, former tag team partners, Ninja Elite Squad for a number of years, along with, of course, Flip Kendrick. Matthew Justice, always been kind of a loner, calls himself the one-man militia. He's very anti-establishment, he's against the grain, does his own thing, and not the easiest guy to be around.
Well, Matthew Justice understands that a friend in need is a pest, and he's going to have to keep his eyes out not only for the high-flying antics of Linden, but also the high-flying antics of the spray-painting criminal, as we will say what he really is, one Facade. And you're going to watch for Danny Moe on the outside.
Facade has done something to your car, hasn't he?
Well, who else would put a giant F on my car? Answer me that. Matter of fact, I should go check. Although he's in the ring now, so I think I'm fine.
Did you get it taken care of? Did you move the F? Did you remove it?
I moved it. I moved the F, and there was an S, and, well, there were some other 4-letter words on there, too. There's an extra L for some reason. I didn't get that at all.
I think you may have heard some of your past editorializing about him over the years.
You say one bad thing about a guy, and he holds it against you for life.
Justice and Linden tied up. Again, one fall will win this thing. This is not elimination rules. So, talk about the strategy. How do things differ in a three-way matchup when you have to have eyes in the back of your head and really have to neutralize two men if you hope to win?
Well, to me, the smart thing would be to take a breather on the outside and try and create some tension between two of them. You know, with the ego that Linden and the ego that Facade has, it would behoove Matt Justice to just take a break on the outside and to pick his spots. Maybe go out there and punch Danny Moe in the face as well.
Danny is not a wrestler. She's here for moral support.
No, she's a cheater. Right? It's going to happen, I'm telling. And see, that's the smart thing that Matt Justice is doing right now. He's checking his, non-existent watch. and he's letting those two go at it. He's taking a breather. It's smart.
Matt seems bothered by the fact he's even here. And picked a spot inside headlock.
It's not bothered. It's just
he didn't seem annoyed.
Well, maybe a little bit annoyed, but it's just because he feels that he's the greatest talent in the ring, and I find it hard pressed to disagree.
And Lewis with an arm drag. Leg sweep nicely done. There's a cover attempt. As Facade a step ahead of Justice, and look at Linden. Great back and forth offense. Three men who know each other well. Facade defended the old Prime Wrestling television title against Linden on iPay-per-view. And then a couple of months later was defeated ultimately by Justice to lose that championship. So a lot of intertwining histories between these three men as the trend kill, as Justice calls himself, on the outside favoring the arm, but in the ring, it is Facade and Linden, a bit of a return match from that pressurizing pay-per-view a couple of years ago.
See, now this is the part where Matt Justice not only do you want to give yourself a break, but
Come on.
you're going to have Yoga Namaste here. But Justice is going to have to stay on the outside, get a breather, but also going to pay attention, because the one thing I will say about these two, as we saw right there, these two are very, very quick.
And they know each other well. Lewis traps the shoulders at Facade. Two and no. Near fall situation there as Facade, wild swing there. Both men in a stalemate, and Justice picks his spot again.
And see, that was a really, really smart move. A smart thinking man's wrestler move right there. Just deliver that knee right in the throat, right across the Adam's apple.
Do you think Justice will be able to take advantage of maybe the competitive spirit, the old friendly rivalry between Facade and Linden that existed some years back?
Well, it would be very smart. You know, all friendly rivalries turn at some point. Somebody's going to have to try and get that advantage, maybe a slap to the face, a thumb to the eye, and that's where Justice can really take control, as he has control right now, I might add. I'll tell you that don't envy Jake Clements here. He's going to have to really pay attention, not only in a triple threat or a three-way dance that the competitors have to pay attention, but the referee has a hard job as well. There's a lot of action to follow.
And Lewis, walked right to the foot of Matthew Justice, who gonna send Justice to the outside. Awkward landing there, Facade from the blind side. Let's see what kind of shape Linden's in. Oh no. Oh, Lewis crashed and burned. Lewis has been battling some nagging hip injuries in recent times. A bit of I believe it was a bone degeneration that kept him on the mend for a number of months. Wait a second, Justice pushes Danny in the way. Facade was going to dive on Justice, and Justice was ready to sacrifice Danny. How disgusting can you be?
Well, that was a smart move. That I would have done the same thing. If
Hey, come on! Into the timekeeper table.
Well, what? He's fighting. Matt Justice is literally fighting three people. He's got to use whatever he can find. He's got to use tables, chairs, maybe pick up the camera guy, throw him into him. And you said earlier that Lewis Linden was having a hip problem. Is that correct?
Yes.
Well, he's going to be having a lot more problems. He's going to have a lot of hurt bones and a lot of hard feelings at the end of this one.
Hey, Lewis can fight. Let's never count this man out. Justice with the advantage at the moment. But Lewis Linden has had some matches in his career that I think before it's all said and done, when people look back at this era of independent wrestling, will be heralded as classics.
Definitely can't disagree with that.
But what is the condition of Facade? He's still on the outside hurt as Justice takes over on Linden. And Justice has done a great job, though, I will admit, of neutralizing his opposition. One man in, one man out.
See, that's why Danny Moe shouldn't be allowed on the outside. She's helping him up. It should be a fair fight.
There's nothing illegal about helping your charge.
Oh, you shouldn't be able to help anybody. He doesn't.
What have you done all the years you've been a manager?
I've done quite a few things. I've made quite a bit of money, I'll remind you as well.
Yeah, at the expense of everybody else.
Which earlier, some people call it a percentage, some people call it a fee. And the fee that's going to be taken out right now is going to be taken out on Facade and Lewis Linden by Matt Justice.
Justice. Only got a count of one that time.
And it was the director of operation, head honcho, big cheese, top dog, and any other cliche that I can throw out there to say that you're the boss man. What does a win in a match like this mean? Okay, let me rephrase. What does Matt Justice's inevitable win mean?
Well, a win here is something big because you've got three of the most hotly sought-after talents in this area of the country. You have 3 men who have a championship lineage to them. 3 men who have a reputation of putting it all on the line to win. And you look at somebody like Facade, who's been, at one point he held 7 or 8 championships at once. Louis Linden, who's stolen more shows than he hasn't. And Justice, who has been against the grain and changed the face of pretty much any promotion he's been in. If you survive this, to me it shows superiority, it shows dominance, it shows that you're the guy to beat.
And a little bit of an interesting side here. You mentioned earlier Linden and Facade have a similar high-flying, martial arts-ish type ability, whereas Matt Justice is just going to punch you in the face. And I don't know if I would have thrown both of those men in the ring now. One of the things is both Linden and Facade both have a lot of unique moves, and if either man wants to win this match, they may need to hit all their moves during this three-way dance here. So, see there, low blow. Where's the DQ?
That's the midsection.
Well, it's the lower midsection.
And Facade gets a foot up, and Justice pinball between Linden. Check out the palm strikes. Linden, a master of capoeira, a Brazilian martial art that combines striking with rhythmic dance movements, and Justice and Facade both taken down.
Capoeira?
Capoeira. And it's helped Linden turn the tides and maybe give himself a breather.
Now, if the ref reaches the 10 count, nobody wins. Can we just give the win to Matt Justice for being ahead on points?
Points? Are you kidding me?
Well, look at my scorecard. You see 3 points for Matt Justice and none for the other 2. And minus 5 points for Danny distracting on the outside.
So, between this whole matchup, you have scored a grand total of negative 2 points.
Grand total, of course, but the important thing is 3 for Matt Justice. And 3 is more than 0, 0, and negative 5. Certified math.
That's why you're the best color guy in the business. Striking game, center ring. 3 men. Ultimate gut check at Facade connects on Justice after Linden ducks in Linden with a pump kick of his own. The pace quickens, the intensity escalates. Linden trying to stay a step ahead, caught the Hurricane Rana on Justice.
And there's Justice doing the smart man's thing again, going to that outside, getting his break, getting his wind.
But Facade connects high on Linden. Justice. Oh, great adjustment by Facade coming through those ropes as Justice got out of the way. Oh, no.
Now, see, this is a place where you should just drop him right on his head, right on the steps.
Oh, no. Oh, Facade just in the nick of time out of the way. Springboard, caught the kick to the face. Justice is dazed. Here we go. Oh, right to the back of the head. And Justice is down. And wait a second, Linden caught Facade with a knee. Springboard acai moonsault. Louis Linden is one of a kind.
You just saw Louis Linden go down a little bit there, a little bit of a misstep. You got to wonder if that hip injury is affecting him a little more. Didn't seem to there. Justice in a great spot there.
Watch Facade, watch Facade. Springboard down with a somersault plancha.
Well, this is a dangerous spot to be right now. Both men, I think Facade hit hard on that as well. We see him holding his back there. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy, don't you think?
Well, that's the risk that Facade is going to take. That's the risk that Louis Linden will take. And I'm not sure about Matt Justice. Again, he seems a little bit bothered and frustrated by the fact that he's in this matchup with 2 men that want to lay it all on the line.
If you had to be around those 2, you wouldn't be very happy either. You're lucky you're up here.
Facade covers, near fall.
You know, not everybody can be up here.
But not everybody would want to be up here, trust me.
I'll tell you, one man who's going to try and be not up here but in the ring right now is Justice. He seems, I think he's biding his time, actually.
Well, Justice picked a spot there. But watch Facade. Facade did not connect with all that moonsault, but Justice down with the DDT. Action is fast and furious here. Justice covers for 2.
That's a good point. Facade definitely didn't get that in like he wanted to. Almost actually cost him the match. That's the problem with that high impact offense. Sometimes you go for it all and you end up buying the farm.
And Facade is measuring Linden. Hard series of round kicks. And Lewis taken down. No! And going to put the brakes on, and there you see once again the martial arts styles, the rapid fire strikes. But Linden, little chaos theory, covered with a bridge. He's got him. No, Justice with a save. And keep in mind, Justice is not saving Facade. He's saving this matchup for himself.
Well, that's why these matches are so dangerous. Not only do you have to get one man down for a 3 count, but essentially you have to get 2 men down for a 3 count.
Jackhammer, nicely done. That's one of Justice's specialties, but Justice, I think, saw Facade out of the corner of his eye and realized this match must continue. Facade, look at the ropes, connected with a kick to the jaw.
I'll tell you, one man doesn't have an advantage for very long. Well, obviously, we see Facade having it right now.
Signaling for the Arashikage driver. Lewis elbows his way, or excuse me, knees his way free. May caught Facade right in the nose. Counter. The back kick, the pump kick. Man, back and forth action. It's at a feverish pace, but Facade connects with the springboard. Facade with a knee. And Lewis comes back with one of his own. Matrix style, Facade has Lewis out on his feet. Could the second time work? Arashikage driver, no! Oh, these men know each other so well. Former Ninja Elite Squad tag team partners. And it's Linden with a Dragon Sleeper.
He's almost bent back. Facade able to get his legs free there, obviously to his benefit. Matt Justice not looking good right now. He needs to dive in there. These 2 men are really ready to go for it. Here it comes.
Facade wound up on top, got the Arashikage driver. And he got the count of 3. Facade victorious. The Neon Ninja Facade able to survive a hellacious 3-way matchup. 3 of the best athletes in this industry today put it all on the line here tonight.
And definitely, we had said before it could end out of nowhere, and that's exactly what we saw right there.
Facade celebrating with Danny, Team Neon Blondes, the victory. But Matthew Justice seems in a very surly mood on the outside. He seems upset more than anything. I think I see Matt Justice complaining and kvetching on the outside.
Kvetching? Really? What kind of dictionary are you?
Facade the victor, and great respect from Facade and Lewis. You know they're going to show it. I'm wondering what Matthew Justice's response to this is going to be, but either way, an incredible altercation between 3 men who have been synonymous with championship glory here in this part of the country. We are checking out the Nickelodeon Narcissist. This is Derek Direction.
Well, in that case, Joe, fresh out the box, stop, look and watch, ready yet, get set. Because Derek Direction is all that.
But does he have the guts that it takes to survive here in Premier Championship Wrestling?
He is certainly up for the physical challenge.
Well, we'll see if he's drank his orange soda and prepared for battle.
Who loves orange soda?
I believe Derek Direction loves orange soda, and he loves accosting these fans as well.
Both of those are fun.
If you say so. But you want to talk about fun? You want to talk about energetic? You want to talk about having a good time? It's the Bearcat, Keith Hart. This man is always got a smile on his face. Probably the most personable athlete in all of PCW.
A man that's always happy. He's like a little puppy dog. You can kick him a million times, and he's gonna look up and smile at you.
Oh, well, I hope it doesn't come to that tonight.
I do. I'd love to see him get kicked quite a few times.
What do you have against Keith Thought? Just because he likes these people, likes having a good time? Why don't you like fun?
I love fun. This is professional wrestling. There's no place for fun.
I see.
What that's going to be the place for is for Derek Direction to, I don't have another Nickelodeon reference, so I'll just say he's going to beat Keith Hott there.
That was clever.
Hey, dude. Settle down.
Boy, you've really explained it all now. As Derek Direction almost haphazardly waiting for this matchup as Keith Thought having a good time again with the official Joe McCoy.
Can't have fun with Joe McCoy either.
What is wrong with your opinion of everybody? Why do you not like Joe McCoy?
He wouldn't talk to me earlier. I was trying to give him career advice, and he just stared right at me. Look.
Well, now, wait a second. I think Derek said he found a Pokemon.
Well, apparently that is very popular with the kids nowadays.
That what? Derek just knocked Keith Hott's iPhone out of his hand. He could break that. Oh no! And there goes Derek's phone. We've ruined 2 phones. This match is about a $800 budget already, and Keith Hott and Derek Direction have gone one-on-one. The match has started. What turned into an innocent attempt at catching Pokemon has gotten personal. BC Steel.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's a sign of things around the country with that. Well, wait a minute. Okay, call this one, Joe.
Is this a sign of things around the country?
Yeah.
It's having fun. It's being yourself. Derek tried to embarrass Keith Hott and break his phone. Keith Hott's going to embarrass Derek. Derek could be counted out here. Look at Keith Hott. Giving chase.
Well, see what giving chase does? Get you beat up by Derek Direction.
Well, hey, Derek's certainly a dangerous individual in his own right. He's a little off his rocker, but last year here in PCW, he was hanging out with Dylan Bostic and Ray Lynn.
Is she going to sing?
Oh, God, I hope not.
Oh, I hope so.
Only thing worse than her singing is maybe you're singing.
Caribbean Queen.
Oh, please.
Oh.
You sing anymore, we'll have to pay a fee. And Derek, happy that he outsmarted the front row.
You know, it may not be very hard to outsmart the front row, but it is very effective and entertaining.
And Keith Hott, walked right into a knee. The momentum of Keith Hott hurt him that time as Derek Direction takes over.
You know, Keith Hott, it said Bearcat on the back of his jacket. What exactly is a Bearcat?
That's a very good question. I'm not really sure, but maybe it's Keith Hott's spirit animal.
Is it a cat who's also a bear, or a bear who's also a cat?
Maybe it's like Man Bear Pig.
Ooh. Aren't you the investigative journalist? Aren't you supposed to know these things? Broadcaster extraordinaire.
I am supposed to know about these things, but that's one thing I have not gotten to the bottom of yet. But I know that Keith is a hot mess.
Truer words were never spoken. I got all the information on Derek Direction. Tell me anything you want to know, and I'll tell you all about Derek Direction.
Why is he such an idiot?
Well, that's just uncalled for. As a broadcast journalist...
There's a cover!
And the head honcho cheese of PCW, you should have more respect for your...
Why does he walk around with orange-colored VHS videotapes?
Because they're making a comeback. Everything great was made in the 90s, except me. I was made in the 80s, but...
I see. Oh, man, Derek got all that corner splash. Deceptive quickness by Derek. He's a bigger guy, but, man, he knows how to use that weight. Senton nicely done. Cover to Keith Hott, 2-0. The thing about Keith Hott is he was never the prototypical wrestler. He was always the guy you expected never to make it. But, I mean, with his guts, his determination, the heart he possesses, I mean, he's really silenced a lot of critics and impressed a lot of people throughout his career in professional wrestling over the past 5 or 6 years. And Derek down with the axe handle. He's going again. Got him one more time.
Keith Hott, not looking too impressive now there, is he, Joe?
I think it's impressive that he's trying to get back up every time. And Derek to the well once too often. Keith Hart was waiting. And Keith Hart connects. Derek trying to fight up from his knees. A reversal by Keith Hart. Derek up and over. Attempts a sunset flip. Can Keith keep his balance? Oh, the bottom drops out.
Oh, God, that hurt me.
You could feel the air rushing out of the body of Derek Direction.
And there goes Keith Hart trying to feed off the energy of the people. Not exactly people that you want to feed off of.
What's wrong with that, man? Keith Hart's a man of the people. He's the everyman, just trying to live his dream and be successful.
Well, hopefully that dream comes to an end by way of Derek Direction. He's too nice.
Senton connects. He's not too nice once that bell rings. He's all business. Near fall. And you can still be business-oriented and have a good time, BC Steel. That's a great lesson you can learn from Keith Hart.
Well, if I'm going to be having a great time, there's going to be some Benjamins, and I don't just mean myself.
Duck of the kick, and Derek tried to deposit Keith on the floor, but Keith had the wherewithal to hang on. Oh, check out that dexterity. And I think it's time for the hot mess. Keith's a big guy.
Well, Derek better move, or this could be an early night for him.
Low center of gravity, flying high. Oh, nobody there. Oh, Keith went for everything. This match would have been over if Keith would have connected with the hot mess. Derek with a roll-up. He's got the trunks, and Derek gonna steal this one. Well, Derek was smart enough to get out of the way of the hot mess and was waiting as Keith Hart collided violently with the canvas. Derek stacks him up, pulls the trunks for good measure, gets a win. Not sure where Bostic and Ray Lynn are, but Derek Direction holding down the fort here in Cleveland.
Well, I could find out where they're at if you're interested.
Please don't. More action on the way. The heir apparent Chris LaRusso. I've never met a man with a bigger chip on their shoulder. A man with more, not just self-confidence, but just cockiness. A man that feels that all the riches, all the successes of professional wrestling are inevitably going to be his. And, hold
on, Joe.
Wait, not a surprise we're going to hear from him. Words from LaRusso. I don't agree with a lot he said as far as his place in Turner's history, but he has a chance to put his money where his mouth is as we meet the opponent in just a moment. the Mind Eraser. Talking about Remy LeVay. This guy is another individual who marches to the beat of his own drum. He's a little bit of a complex thinker and a unique style and flair all his own. But he's made some waves in this part of the country over the past couple of years. Just starting to come into his own. I think the future for Remy LeVay will be very bright, though.
Well, I don't know about the future, but the present right now is not going to be very bright. Good personal friend, client of my own, the heir apparent. He is untouchable. He is unbeatable. He is Chris LaRusso.
Well, that's a lofty claim to live up to, but he'll have that opportunity at this point in time as LaRusso and Remy LeVay one-on-one. Again, wins and losses matter here as LaRusso explodes with a drop kick right out of the chute. And, you know, you want to give this guy credit for his athletic prowess, but it's just that you-know-what eating grin on his face that just turns you off.
Confident eating grin? Is that the word?
That's overconfidence, without question. As LaRusso leg sweep, he's schooling Remy LeVay. He's making it look easy. But check out LeVay. He's not going to back down. Pace quickens here. Remy with a chance. Got the drop kick nicely done.
You know, you said earlier about Remy LeVay, you said he's a different thinker. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think that's one way of saying it. He's a bit complex.
So he's a weirdo.
He's tough to figure out. He's a bit of an anomaly, much like a couple of individuals we mentioned earlier. I don't think the fans... Oh, LaRusso hits awkwardly to the outside.
So he's a weirdo. Remy LeVay.
Why do you have to phrase it like that? I'm sure he thinks you're a weirdo. Oh.
Now, have you know I have no desire to talk to Remy LeVay, especially when he's taking on Chris LaRusso.
I don't think you'd understand him either. LaRusso's trying to get away.
Does he not speak English? LeVay is French, is it not?
Sounds French, but LaRusso may think he's in France by the time he's done with this thing. LeVay is just hammering away all over this building.
Oh, and these fans are getting out of the way. I think Remy has something evil and underhanded in mind.
LaRusso just cleared the guardrail. Very impressive. Oh, but he forgot about Remy. Again, too busy in his own world thinking his feces don't stink, and as a result, Remy LeVay took advantage and was waiting with a hard shot to the kisser. Remy's serious. He's here to make a name for himself. LaRusso may think this is a foregone conclusion, but in Remy LeVay's mind, I guarantee you this is not.
But hey, Remy LeVay's going to put up a heck of a fight. I have no doubt about that. But think of the accolades of Chris LaRusso. He's been on national TV with Ring of Honor. He's a man who's well known. He's a man that I am a close personal friend of, and I don't befriend many people. So for all those reasons and more, you'd have to give the advantage to LaRusso. I want to hear you say it. Say it right now.
I think LaRusso's the more experienced. LaRusso's been in more big match situations without question. On paper, he is a favorite. As you see him measure Remy LeVay with the elbow, but back to my point, I don't think a lot of people fully understand what Remy LeVay is all about yet. I don't think he's had a chance to fully express that. And I think Remy LeVay's got a fire inside him, a competitive spirit that has been tapped into more and more as I've followed his career. And man, that was a huge impact on that suplex. And LaRusso, what's he want? Style points from the judges here? What's he looking for?
In case you're wondering, it's 17 to a half point for Remy.
And I'll give credit there. That is an amazing leg drop. LaRusso gets a fantastic vertical leap, but couldn't put Remy away.
You know, Chris LaRusso, not only an excellent professional wrestler, also has a martial arts background, and recently taking up even more martial arts with jiu-jitsu and a bit of what you would see in UFC-style grappling. So there's no end to his talents.
Hey, LaRusso studied pretty much every major combat sport there is, but Remy LeVay, man, the recipient of a clothesline, and Remy LeVay, very expressive in his own right. He has experience traveling this country. Near fall situation, lead singer of a band, so well, he may not be as adept with fighting. Certainly, when it comes to expressing yourself and channeling your emotions, Remy LeVay can do all that and then some. But will it help him fight off the control of Chris LaRusso in this match?
It doesn't seem to be helping right now. Chris LaRusso in firm control.
And Remy firing back. You can see Remy, the desperation, and LaRusso with a knee connecting to the midsection.
And the thing for Remy, all that's going to do is anger LaRusso. Uh-oh.
Oh, there's a sling blade! Remy with a sling blade, this could be all! Mild upset at Turner's Hall, no! And can you imagine, what is the reaction of Chris LaRusso if, after all those boisterous claims before this match, he's unsuccessful?
Well, it's not going to be a positive one, that's for sure.
Caught in midair, Remy sends LaRusso into the turnbuckle. Thin padding over thick steel. Remy going for the mind eraser. He connects, that'll do it, but LaRusso to the outside.
And see, that's why, as I mentioned earlier, LaRusso, the smart wrestler, even on the lower end of things, on the defensive, he's still smart enough to know where he's at. Excellent ring positioning. That's another point for him.
And Remy and LaRusso dangerously close to those guardrails again. Oh, come on! That's uncalled for.
Well, wait, what does he sings? Yeah, he's singing in a band. I think he's gonna be singing a few octaves higher. Maybe a falsetto.
That is completely uncalled for to use the guardrail in that manner. That should be a disqualification in my opinion. Referee's decision is final, I know, but I don't like that a darn bit.
Oh, do you want to talk about it? Do you want a hug?
There will be some discussions later, not with you, trust me.
Well, you know that you may not have liked that, and you may find it underhanded, but it is quite effective. And look at how proud he is right now. I'm proud of him too.
Mocking these people.
Yeah, can I just stand up and applaud? That's just... He's letting the people know what they are. There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, a spit of defiance from Remy LeVay as he dares LaRusso for a kill shot, and LaRusso doesn't disappoint. Oh, Remy, he went down in his own way, but as far as LaRusso's concerned, what matters is he went down. I give credit to Remy LeVay for spitting in the face of defiance. I give credit to Remy LeVay for all the fight he put forth in this contest. But you know what? Chris LaRusso did win. I don't like the way he did it. But I give credit to a great, great athlete in this organization.
One more time.
Wait a second.
Yeah, get him.
Now, one more time for your applause is one thing. But one more time for this is unnecessary. What did Remy do to deserve that?
He got in the ring with Chris LaRusso, and he spit on him. That's exactly what happens. Let that be a lesson to everybody else.
With Chris LaRusso, and he'll admit it, it's all about me, me, me. And he's looking to make the future of Turner's Hall all about him as he looks at his predecessors. Will LaRusso's name be synonymous with this building one day down the line?